What's going on, everybody? Checking a few settings here. Can everybody hear me okay? Let me see, maybe make sure my mic is turned up. If you can hear me okay, shoot me a text. What's going on, everybody? Checking a few settings here. Can everybody hear me okay? Check. All right, everybody, we're going to go ahead and get started. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you guys experience any type of technical difficulties, if the sound isn't quite good enough, please let me know, and I will adjust as we go. My name is Marquise Williams. I'm super excited to have each and every one of you plugged in, representing with us this morning. Man, it's been a phenomenal week. We've had a lot of great things happen. A lot of wonderful people have joined the team. So first and foremost, I want to welcome each and every one of you who are listening to the sound of my voice, who joined Team Focus within the last week. We appreciate you being a part of the Focus family. Second thing, there's still a week left of the promotion. So I want you to pay close attention to the information that I give you on this training so that you could go out this week and you could really just champion this week. You could really just conquer it and get some big things happening for you and your family, because that's what it's all about. It's all about you reaching your goals and reaching your dreams. And that's really what I want for each and every one of you. I want you to be able to reach your goals and reach your dreams, accomplish the things that you really want to accomplish in life. So I want to go over the first things first business plan, and I'm really going to fly through this information because this video is already a part of the first things first video in the ABCs to success, but I wanted to do it live just because I know a lot of people have not had the chance to go through the information. If you're actually calling me right now, please send me a text, because obviously I'm doing the training. It would be kind of ghetto and bootleg to pick up the phone and say hello. So first things first, you guys, the Focus Institute is our training system. The Focus Institute is what the Focus Institute is all about. It's all about helping people's dreams become a reality. I want you to understand the difference between the Focus marketing system and the Focus Institute. The Focus marketing system and the Focus Institute are separate because the Focus Institute is our training system. The Focus marketing system is our marketing system that we use to expose people and help you learn to market your business, okay? And the reason we have it set up this way is because everybody retains 7 to 10% of what they hear and see in general. The average person retains 7 to 10% of what they hear and see. And so if you understand somebody dealing directly with me, somebody working with me, they may be able to get 100% of the information because they're working with the source. They're working with the architect, but if you are going out there, and if you're only retaining 7 to 10% of what you hear and see, when they talk to somebody, let's say, I'm not the greatest in math, so let's say 50% for example purposes, right? Let's say the average person retains 50% of what they hear and see. Well, that person's going to go out and talk to somebody, and they're only going to have 50% of the right information, right? They're going to have 50% of the right information. And that person's going to go out and talk to somebody. And that next person's only going to have 25% of the correct information. And then they're going to go out and talk to somebody, and that person's only going to have 12%. And as that process continues on, the next person's only going to have 6%. The next person's only going to have 3%. And just imagine somebody with only 3% of the correct information. We're no longer JMG Net Worth. We're MMG, net worth. We don't have Bodywork Premium Foods. We have Body Works, rules. It's just a lot of different craziness. And it's like telling a secret down the line. When you get from the front of the line to the back of the line, the secret is totally different. So imagine somebody comes and tells you. Imagine what your chances of being successful are with only 1% of the correct information. It's really little to none. So we want to put you in a position to where you are able to maximize your success. And that's what it's all about, maximizing your success. And that all starts with you knowing where you want to go. It all starts with you knowing your picture. What are your goals? What are your dreams? What is it that you want to accomplish? Because if you don't have these things laid out, if you don't understand these things going forward, then you're never going to do the work that it takes to accomplish these goals and accomplish these dreams. So what is important for you to do, what I need each and every one of you listening to the sound of my voice to do, is I need you to know your picture. Have it in your head. Know what it is. It might be a car. It might be a house. It might be time freedom. It might be, being able to go on vacation more. It might be able to put your kids through college. It's going to be different for each and every one of you. But I want you to imagine if you had unlimited time and money, if you just had a magic box. I used to dream about this when I was a kid. And every time you open the box, it'd just be full with money, right? And if you could just go in that box as many times as you want, what would you buy? What would you do? How would you be charitable? Who would you help out? Would you be selfish and would you say, forget everybody, I'm not helping nobody? Or would you give your money? Would you help out? With the goals that we have, in JMG Net Worth, think about where you want to be in the next month, in the next 3 months, in the next 6 months. Where do you want to be at the end of this next week when this promotion ends? These are the things that you want to consider, because this is what being a part of a business entails. Any business that you walk into, they have goals, they have projections. They say, we want to be able to bring in this amount of revenue by the end of this week, this amount of revenue by the end, this amount of revenue by the end of this month. So that's why you want to have projections in your business. That's why you want to know exactly where you want to go so that you can hold yourself accountable for when it happens. So here's our massive action plan, you guys. This is our massive action plan. This is what we want to just knock out and crush over the course of the next week. You do this over the course of the next week, I'm telling you, some big things are going to happen in your life. But the first thing we want to do, we want to peak 10 contacts, and we want to do it in your first 24 hours. So if you're looking at this video and you just got in, and it's within 24 hours, we got to get to work. If you're looking at this video, you've been in for a while and you haven't piqued the interest of 10 people, then we got to get to work, okay? We got to get to work either way it is, because we want to complete step 1 and step 2 within your first 7 days. Now, normally, we say we want to help you do it within your first 48 hours, but I'm going to show you at the end of this training how we can do it in 24 hours. And if we do it in 24 hours, at the end of this week, you can be $5,000 a month richer. But here's the focused marketing pipeline that we're going to put people through. First, we're going to pique their interest, right? We're going to pique the interest of the people that you know. We're going to pique their interest. And then we're going to show the plan, right? We're going to show the plan using the focused marketing system. We can use the conference calls. We can use the local meetings if you're up there in Minnesota. But the main thing is we want to get them in front of the information. And then we're going to follow up with them. Anytime that we show them the information, we got to set a follow-up time to follow up with them to see if they're in or they're out. We're not in the convincing business. We're in the business of sorting people, right? We're in the business of finding out who's right to work with us. And that's business partners. We don't want to be with nobody who doesn't want to be with us. We don't want to convince anybody who really doesn't want more tomorrow than what they have today. You know, so from there, what we're going to do is we're going to either enroll them as a customer or an affiliate. And the great thing is, a lot of people get worried about going out and gathering customers, right? They think, man, I got to be a salesperson. I got to go out and gather a bunch of customers. And that's really not the case. As you begin to show the plan and you share this with other people, what's going to happen is some people are going to say no, but they're going to say they want to be a customer. Some people are going to say no, and you're going to say, well, hey, why don't you try the service? Why don't you, get some food? Why don't you try this out with us? But as long as you go out there with enthusiasm and urgency, you're going to get results. As long as you become the best edifier, you're going to get results. Well, what is edifying, Marquise? Well, edifying is when you go out there and you build up somebody else. You build up your sponsor. You build up, your upline. You make them seem like the greatest person in the world. Hey, John, I'm really excited about this business I just got started. I'm working with a guy down in Atlanta named Marquise Williams, and I'm telling you, this guy's already made $1 million. He's a founding member within the company. I'm telling you, when this guy talks, he starts glowing. You got to get on the phone with him, man. You got to listen to what he has to say. It's just building somebody up and edifying them. Well, what if I haven't made $1 million? What if I'm not a founding member of the company? You guys, edification works with anybody. It doesn't matter who they are. It doesn't matter what they do. I just signed up a brother of mine. We went to school together. His name's Tyson. Tyson hasn't been in the business a week. But I can get on the phone with somebody and it's like, yo, you got to get on the phone with my man Tyson. Tyson is a phenomenal leader. He's doing some great things. I mean, I've noticed him, growing already. He's set up to be a superstar in this business. And if you don't get on the phone with Tyson today, you're going to feel sorry. You got to get on the phone with Tyson. You guys, all of this is building somebody up. We hear it anytime they bring out a keynote speaker. We hear it anytime they bring out the pastor, especially a guest pastor at a church. We hear it anytime something happens. But all you got to do is simply build that person up. So, just sort, don't sell. Sort and don't sell. So what? You have to understand, some will, some won't. So what? Next. You want to say next so fast that you drop the T. But don't take advice from people that you don't want to be like, you guys. So, and flying through it, you guys, you got to schedule for success. Paul Jones, phenomenal book. If you haven't read it, you definitely want to read it. It's going to be in the download section of the Focus Marketing System. It's available. It's one of the free gifts for anybody that signs up, because we want you to educate yourself. But most importantly, we want you to understand that you're not going to get anywhere if you don't schedule success for in your day. If you schedule scandal, if you schedule going to work, if you schedule, talking on the phone, if you schedule all these other things in your life, but you don't have success on your schedule, you're never going to make it. So make sure you got success on your schedule. And this is one of the most important aspects of getting started, making a commitment. Too many people get started and they quit too early. They quit too early because they're looking, it's funny. A lot of people say, well, I don't want to be a part of a get rich quick. But then they get started and they want to get rich quick. You guys, building wealth, creating a significant income for yourself is going to take time and work. You're fortunate enough that we have systems that do 95% of the work for us. But you want to make a commitment that you're going to strive and demand your success with excellence and no excuses. You want to commit to the next 24 months to really just working this deal consistently. You may only be able to do it an hour a day. You may only be able to do it an hour a week. Whatever time that you're able to fit in your schedule, then you want to do that consistently. You might be able to only do it during your commute to and from work. Whatever time you have set up, do it consistently. And part of that is knowing where your time goes now. What are you spending your time doing right now? Because a lot of us have a lot more time than we realize. And you may have to temporarily invest some things. Invest watching Scandal. Invest watching Grey's Anatomy. Invest, certain things that aren't making you money and that aren't helping you reach your goals and dreams. And then focus that time on moving forward and reaching your goals and reaching your dreams. And it all starts with a list. When you got started, we said, hey, let's do a top 10 list. Let's do a top 10 list so we can focus on that within the next 24 to 48 hours. But you want to make a list of every single person that you know. Don't hold back. We're going to have additional memory joggers. We're going to have things that are going to help you think of people. But you want to make a list of everybody that you know. So step 1, 3 people. 3 people. 3 people who want more tomorrow than what they have today. 3 people who are sick and tired of being sick and tired. 3 people who are just wanting more out of life. You guys want to make more money. It doesn't matter if they want to make an extra $5 or if they want to make an extra $10,000 a month. We're looking for people who are looking for us. This is a place where you can write down your first 10 appointments. This is a place where you can write down your first 3 people because you want to stay in contact with your first 3 people. The plan is not only get 3 people, but to maintain 3 people. So once you get your 3 people in, you want to be accountable for your 3 people. That means when you know a call's coming, you want to make sure your 3 people are on the call. It's not just enough for you to be on the call. You want to check in and connect with them. When you know some other things are going on, you want to connect with your 3 people and make sure that they're plugged in because that's your leverage. The more successful you help them become, the more successful you're going to become. So how do you get your 3 people? Well, you want to go and check in and look at the first things first business plan. Understand this script. Get on the phone with your sponsor or your upline. A lot of you are looking at this right now and you haven't even started. You haven't even scratched the surface. In your mind, you've wanted to start, but you've allowed a lot of distractions, a lot of things to kind of mess with you, a lot of things to deter you off the path. So I'm telling you, if you, after this training, or even during this training, if you sit down and you make a list, if you make a list of 10 people, make a list of 10 people, and then you get with your sponsor or your upline. And from that list of 10 people, you guys start to call them. And while you call them, and you say, what you want to do first is you want to clear the air. And what I mean by clear the air is you want to make sure it's a good time to talk. You want to make sure it's a good time to talk because if they just stub their toe, if they just got in an argument with their significant other, they're not going to want to talk to you about anything. They're not going to say yes to anything. But you want to make sure it's a good time to talk, and then you want to say, hey, I'm really excited about my JMG Net Worth business. I just got started. I have my business partner, Marquise, on the line. And then you want to edify. Whoever you have on the line, you want to edify. Man, they're doing phenomenal things in this company. I'm telling you, when they talk, the Red Sea parts, the clouds part, and God looks down on himself and says, listen to this guy. But then you want to say, I'd like to introduce you to him or her. Marquise, this is John. John, this is Marquise. And then you want to shut your mouth. You don't want to say another thing at all the whole conversation. I don't care how well you know the person. I don't care if you're on the phone with your mama. I don't care if you feel like the call is slipping away. I want you to be quiet because the moment that you say something, you just de-edify. You just canceled out everything you said about this person because you just made it seem like you know more than them. So what you want to do is you want to be quiet, and then the sponsor or me or whoever it is going to go on the phone and say, hey, John, I'm glad to hear things are going well with you. Look, Rick and I, we're in business together, and, we just called to ask you a simple question. If the money were right and it fit into your schedule, are you open to taking a look at a strong business right away? And then from that point, the sponsor's going to be quiet. The sponsor's not going to say nothing because the person who talks first loses. It's like a standoff. And you're only going to get one of three answers. You're going to get no. At that point, you say, all right, well, hey, man, it was a pleasure meeting you. I wish you much success in life, whatever you do, you know, and you get off the phone and call the next person. You don't even got to have a conversation about it. Just go on to the next person. They might say yes. Most do. You know why? Because we said, hey, if the money were right. That means any amount of money. It could be a little bit of money, a lot of money. We're leaving it open for their mindset to think about. And if the time were right, that means any amount of time. Whenever you're ready. So when they say yes, we set the appointment right away. We want to set the appointment within the next 24 hours. Well, yes. Well, great. Within the next 24 hours, when would you have 30? Would tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon be better for you to have 30 minutes to take a look at this information? Always give multiple choice. Always give multiple choice answers so that they have to pick one. So if I got off the phone, if it's right after training, right, you know, training's going to end probably about 12:30, right? So if it's 12:30 and I get on the phone with somebody, which I have a few appointments set already to talk to people, I'm going to ask them, hey, would this afternoon or this evening be better for you to have 30 minutes to take a look at this information? Well, this evening. Well, great. I'm going to pick two times. All right, how about would 7 o'clock or 9 o'clock be better for you to have 30 minutes to take a look at the information? 9 o'clock. Okay. Great. Well, I'm going to shoot you this information at 9 o'clock. And then I'd like to set up a time at 9:30 to give you a call so that we can talk about it. Boom. You set the follow-up time, you showed the plan, and now at 9:30 you're calling back. And you're saying, hey, I got a simple question to ask you. On a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being you're not interested in making more money and 10 being you're ready to get started right now, where do you see yourself? If it's 1 through 5, you let them know, hey, this might not be for you. You know anybody who's interested in making more money? If they're 6 through 8, ask them. No, well, heck, man, what makes you a 7? What would it take to make you a 10? If they're a 9 or 10, you get them back on the phone with your sponsor or upline, or you just sign them up. You get them started, and then get them back on the phone with your sponsor or upline. But I'm telling you, you will be filthy, stinking rich if you make sure that you do this one thing. You see, when you get off the phone from setting the appointment with your sponsor or upline, they will call you back and say, okay, for real, tell me what it's about. You got to tell me something. If you tell them, look, I just got started. That's why I'm getting you on the phone with Marquise. That's why I got you on the phone with Marquise. Just make sure you do what he said and look at the information. I'm telling you, we're about to make some crazy money. You never have to feel obligated to tell some information. Just be honest. Hey, I'm just getting started. I don't want to mess it up for you. I want you to see what got me so excited. So just look at that video. Step 2, we want to gather some customers. The company only requires you 1 customer to qualify to get paid, which is why you're your own My Financial Worth customer. So always keep your My Financial Worth service active because that's your gateway to creating money. Man, if I was broke, I would pay my My Financial Worth service before I pay my cell phone bill. I pay my My Financial Worth service before I buy something to eat. Why? Because that's my gateway to getting to where I really want to be. That's my gateway to prosperity. That's my gateway to wealth. So I'm going to make sure I always keep it on. I'm going to make sure I always keep my web tools on because that's what I need for my business. That's going to multiply. Other things in life may add up, but that's going to multiply. And then once you do, if you do get additional customers, when you do get additional customers, you want to make sure that you walk them through how to use the service, for one. And you want to send them a thank you card. You want to send them a thank you card. You know, you could buy a card in the mail or you use our success card system, which I'll show you a little bit later as I go through the different websites. But here's some scripts of some things you might say to focus on gathering customers. I'm not going to go through this right now because I want you focused on getting your 3 people and creating leverage during this promotion. But go back and take a look at this. Don't try to sell the service. Just share it with them. We got some tools that you can use. Everybody should have their business cards. You are a business owner. You have to carry yourself like you're a business owner, not like you're some bootleg person just trying some deal. You're not here to try this. If you're here to try this, you're setting yourself up for failure from the very beginning. You have to have the mindset that you're going to get in this deal and you're going to completely crush it. Like failure is not an option. You are going to crush it. It may not be this week. It may not be this month, but you are going to eventually crush it. And that's the mindset that you have to have. But in having that mindset, you have to be realistic and don't compare yourself to other people. If you only have an hour per week to work the business, don't compare yourself to somebody who's doing it full time. Obviously, they're going to get better results than you because they're scheduling more time for success. They have success on their schedule more often than you. So you want to make sure that you keep that in your mind and don't get discouraged because you're looking at people and comparing yourself to people who have more time than you. So this is what happens when duplication happens, you guys. This is what happens at the end of 7 levels. And I want you to just keep this in perspective for a moment, you guys. I'm just going to leave this on the screen. Let's just have a moment of silence for a quick second because I just want you to look at this for a moment. It's like sometimes I just stare at this and just imagine like, wow, what if I could help 10 people get to this place? What if I could help 20 people get to this place? But if you realize everything at the bottom all starts with 3 people. It all starts with these 3 people. So imagine if this week's changed to days. And it was Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And the promotion ends on Friday. What would your life look like if 2014 you got a $60,000 raise? That would be crazy, wouldn't it? $5,000 a month, coming month after month after month. If you got a spouse that always takes your money, you could give him or her some money because you know it's coming right back next month. Isn't that pretty cool? So here's a little important information. You got your JMG Net Worth site. That's the corporate replicated site. This is how you sign up customers for My Financial Worth. This is how you sign up new business partners on your JMG Net Worth site. You have your Bodywork Premium Food site. This is where you sign up. You know, this is where you sign up people to order food. This is where they can order food from you. You got your TimeToFocus.com. This is our team marketing system. This is where you set people up. This is where you can log into your marketing system and you can view your leads, you can view a lot of information, and we're going to go through that here shortly as well. And then YJMGNetworth.com is our business credibility site. This is where you can go to get different articles and different information about the company and Paul Jones in the news. And down here, you got the corporate contact information and my personal contact information. Please do not contact corporate and rep support with questions that can be answered in the ABCs to Success training or any Saturday training that we may have. Now here's some call information. You want to be plugged into the calls, you guys. This is your business. A lot of times people feel like it's a burden to be on the calls. They got so much going on in life. Getting on the calls is just such a burden. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. What you put in, you get out. If you want to make $1 million, I'm going to have the expectation for your actions to be that of those who wants to make $1 million. But if you just want to make a little bit of money, then do stuff like somebody who just wants to make a little bit of money. But Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, we have the Freedom Call. You want to be plugged into that call. That's part of building the excitement of the company. You want to invite guests to that call. You want to invite your new people to that call. We got the Sunday Motivation Call. You want to make sure you're always on that call. That's our team. We got to represent. And you want to get that. You want to get those nuggets to go into the week so that you can feel, fulfilled. We got the First Things First Freedom Training. That's what you're on right now. You want to make sure that you're always on training. And then, of course, we have the Focus Marketing System. That's 24 hours a day. You can always show the plan. You never have to wait for a conference call, but you can show the plan. But duplicate this system, you guys. Keep it simple. Stop getting ready to get ready. This week should have been a lot bigger for some of you. Some of you made excuses. Some of you, I did this and I did that. I was sick, the kids, my job. Who cares about all that, you guys? At the end of the day, you're going to look back and you're going to look at these reasons, these distractions, these problems, and you're going to realize you didn't focus on the solution that was there all along. This business. Because if you just sat down and you just went after it, if you just said, you know what, we have a huge window of opportunity that's open right now, and I'm going to go after it and I'm going to crush it, then all those problems will go away. Because I don't know about you, but last time I checked, no matter what problems I had in life, my bills still had to get paid. Them bills still came in the mail. So if you can still work your job, you can still work your business. You might have to adjust your schedule a bit, but you can still do it. There's a difference between resting and quitting. There's a difference between sitting down and laying down. So don't allow yourself to get discouraged. That's why you write your vision down. That's why you post it around the house. Because when you get discouraged, you see what you want. But if you don't always see what you want, it's easy for the vision to get blurred. It's easy for it to go in the back of your mind. It's easy for you to forget what you're working towards. But you got to realize at the end of the day, it's your time. We're on a mission to create 100 millionaires. 100. And you got to realize it's your time. It's your time for breakthrough. It's your time for success. It's your time to get the time freedom. It's your time to get the financial freedom. It's your time for your children to be able to set up where you can leave an inheritance to your children's children. It's your time. And when you realize that, every single Friday, what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be seeing you at the bank. JMG Net Worth sent out checks yesterday. And if you did what you were supposed to do, they're going to send out checks on Friday. So what I need each and every one of you to do is I need you to clown this week. I need you to go all out because JMG Net Worth wants to send you a check. They got a check with your name on it. And Mary has a song. It's called Go Get Your Blessing. So I not only want you to go get your blessing, but I want you to go get your check too. Because there's people out there praying for an opportunity. And you may be the only answer to their prayers. So I want you to take a look at how to connect with us via social media. And this is not the end of training. I got some great information I want to go over next. But I want you to write down how to connect with us via social media. You should be following JMG on Twitter. You should be liking the JMG Net Worth Facebook page. You should be looking at the JMG Net Worth YouTube channel. There's always some great videos. Corporate's going to be sending out a video today. Paul Jones was on the Dorinda Clark show, and I am telling you, he dropped some serious nuggets. He dropped some serious nuggets that you need to take a serious look at because, oh my gosh, it was phenomenal. It was phenomenal. And I'm loving all the credibility the company has right now. The Ebony magazines, the Sister to Sister magazines. I mean, it's huge. We got everything you need to go out there and be successful. It's just up to you to go out there and do it. The question is, what are you waiting for? Are you waiting for somebody to do it for you? Are you waiting for somebody to come join without you doing any work to talk to them? Like, what are you waiting for real? How bad do you want it is the question. Do you want it as bad as you want to breathe? You know, these are the things that you have to think about in life, because these are the things that are going to set you free. These are the things that are going to get you to where you want to be in life. As long as you follow the directions, laid out, everything's going to fall into place. Everything's going to work out. It may not be in your time, but it's going to work out. So let's talk a little bit about our website. This is what your replicated JMG Net Worth site looks like. Some of you are just looking at this site for the first time because they just finished remaking it, doing some back-end coding. On this site, you obviously have the home. You got a video section where it's going to go through, you know, a video of, you know, the testimonies and the Escalade video, you know, and Schedule for Success with Paul Jones. These are great credibility videos that people can look at. You're obviously going to have the product section. We're just going to talk about My Financial Worth. They can order it now, and it'll link directly back to you. Down here we got a message from the CEO where Paul Jones talks about why My Financial Worth is needed, you know, in our society right now. We got the link to training. You know, that's the same training you're on right now. It's right there on your page. You can always go there and click the link. We got our policies and procedures, and we got a way for people to contact you if they come across your page. Then we got, you know, this login. Ooh, let's talk about join. This is my favorite link. This is the join link. You click on this link. As you see, it's $29.95 still. This is how people can join you, okay? You have your customer login where you can log in to the My Financial Worth service using the username and password that they got. Most of the time, for those of you who just got transferred over to the JMG Net Worth system, your username is going to be your distributor ID number, and your password is going to be the same password as you use to log in, both Bodyworth and JMG Net Worth. This is how you log into your back office. Here you'll see Here you'll see that the login, here you see the login is your rep ID number, and it's not your username like it is on the Bodywork system. So I have a demo account set up, so we can kind of take an inside look here. So once you log in, it's gonna kind of give you a what am I looking for? A kind of review of your business. You know, how many you've personally sponsored, you know, how many is in your total active group, you know, how many, you know, group customers that you have. You know, that helps you keep everything in perspective, right? Down here, we have the YouTube channel, right? You can click here to get to the YouTube channel, and this is something that we're working on, you know, to kind of spill the beans where you can start getting paid to travel. So JMG Net Worth is crushing the game right now, you guys. You got to realize it. Over here, if you click on Show the Plan, that's going to get you the PowerPoint presentation. If you want to sit down and do a PowerPoint presentation with somebody. We have your profile. If you want to change some information on your profile, you know, you can do that. Your website profile, what's on the front of the website. If you want to change your business info. You got a resources link where it has My Net Worth, where it has a media center where you can listen to different things. Let me see. They're updating that one still. They got forms if you need any forms, distributor agreement, policies and procedures, the compensation plan. They got business building tools. You know, corporate does have recruiting sites, but since we have our focused marketing system, we really don't need them, you know, to be honest. But you can use these recruiting sites. You know, they're very basic sites, but you know they're useful. You got your First Things First booklet. You got your presentation one sheet. You got the product sheet. You know, to talk to people about My Financial Worth. Goes over the 4 key areas. You know, so there's a lot of great things. Under reports, or so let's jump back to products real quick. Under products, you can order products. We got his books back here. We got business cards. We got flyers. We got the Bodywork foods. You know, we got everything you need to order from yourself right here in the back office. We even have custom business card order forms. I'm running some security things behind the scenes during training. Note to self, don't do that no more. But under products, you can place your order right online for your business cards. Decide to have one-sided or have My Financial Worth on the back side. They also have a card that does dual My Financial Worth and Bodywork. So you have a couple different options. Your reports. You can look in your genealogy. What that means is your downline. You can look at it based on the join date. You can look at, if you only want to look at your personally sponsored people. You can look at levels 1 through 7. You can look at unlimited. You can look at your different codes. If you're a senior director, you can look at only the people who are in your marketing affiliate business. You can look at the people who are only in your senior director business. You can look at only the active people, you know, but you know, it's going to pull up everybody that's in your downline, you guys. If you see your name on this list, you know, don't feel like I'm putting your business on blast. This isn't accurate. I just threw a bunch of names in here in a random order. I guess I threw too many names in here. In the meantime, we're going to jump over to the Bodyworth site, you guys. The Bodyworth site is primarily, you're just going to use it to place orders now. You still have an account because through your account, you're able to get your reward dollars. So you want to make sure you still log into your account and keep up with that, because as you begin to order, you're going to get reward dollars, and it's going to continue to grow. You know, sometimes I just place orders and send them to people because I want them to try it out, and I want them to experience Bodyworth, and I get new customers just by doing that. But you see, you know, you got the downline report, you know, and it just has everybody's information in it. You know, that's all it is. You know, I just threw a bunch of dummy names to show you, you know, what yours is going to look like at the end of this week. But it keeps it all in order for you. And it tells you whose services are active, so you don't have to worry about, you know, guessing. You call up the people you know and say, hey, your service is not active. What's up with that? Let me show you really quick. The YJMGNetworth.com site. You know, that tells a little bit of information about Focus. Has a lot of great articles on the side here. Talks about the products. You know, they can pick between Bodyworth. They can click and learn about My Financial Worth. They got a credibility page. Credibility page is pretty awesome. This is a video playlist of everything, you know, why they should be a part of what we're doing. If you look at this playlist, you know, different articles about Paul Jones, different things that he's done. You know, after looking at this, people should have no reason not to spend, you know, $150 for their future, let alone, you know, their, you know, $30. You know, we got a testimonial section. You know, it's just a credibility site. You know, it's emailed out to people after they log into your Focus marketing system, just so, you know, if they need a little extra to get them over the fence, it's there. So let's talk about our Focus marketing system. All right, so the Focus marketing system, and you know, we're still you know, we're still working on you know, the layout with a few things. First thing I want to point out is getting started. You know, you're going to click here, and you're going to be able to access the ABCs to success. Now, until I finish designing that, the ABCs to success is right here. You know, so anybody new you get in, you want them to watch this right away and go through it. Has the welcome video. Is just the same as the other one. It's a playlist. So that the welcome video has part A, the mindset training, part B, getting started. They want to go through that. Okay. Over here has your recent leads. These are recent people that have went through and put their name and email in your system. You know, you're going to get some people who put their full name. You're going to get some people who put stupid stuff. You're going to get some people who just put their first name. But the main thing is you just want to collect information and be able to follow up with people and see that they took a look at the information. Over here we have the member showcase. Each month we're going to showcase a new member who, you know, went out and crushed it, you know, the previous month. You know, this month we got Catherine. You know, Catherine got her senior director promotion, you know, right after her sponsor, you know, Joseph White did. And, you know, she has a great heart. She's never done network marketing or any home business before, but she just has a passion and she wants more tomorrow than what she has today, and she's going after it. Over here is your capture page. You have a selection of several different capture pages, okay? So for all those people who keep putting their own name and number into their capture page, you don't have to test it. It works. It works. And if you want to look at what's on the other side, just come in your back office and look. You don't have to put your name and information in. But you got a couple different ones based on whatever demographic. We got ones for, mothers. If you're going after a target market of mothers, we got a special page for that. We got some generic ones. We got some flashy ones. And we got a couple different sites that are in the works. itpays2eatwell.com is going to be a site where we're going to be able to capture people's information as we begin to work on selling food more. Because I'm here to help you get customers too. I'm here to help you get a complete business going. And to show you, this is another page that's in development. But one more page that we're working on. This is going to be the My Financial Worth sales page. Every one of us is going to have one of these. When people put their information in, they're going to be able to go through a tour. I'm telling you guys, this is going to be awesome. It's going to tour the service for them. They're going to be able to click one of these and get more information. They're going to be able to see these testimonies down here. And they're going to be able to try it. And they're going to be able to go through it and enjoy it and love it. Now, if you want to look at the thank you page, you can click View Landing Thank You Pages. And you can click on that if you just want to watch the video yourself or something. It brings everything right up. Let's go back home for a second. Down here we have the leaderboard. These are the people who've signed up the most people, for the month. We got a lot of ones, below Michael Owen. Crystal Mays is, got her 2. She's on the, verge of getting her 3rd person. And, I'm doing all right myself. But I want to see this number. I want it to blow up this week, you guys. I want it to be a bunch of 3s at the very least. And then within the control panel, it gives you a lot of different options. Your personal info is the info that's going to be on the front, of the site. I want everybody to log in here, and I want you to get your JMG Network distributor ID and post it right here, okay? This is going to help with the My Financial Worth customer gathering system. So make sure you post that there. It gives you the ability to view your stats. You can view your leads. You can view your calendar. Your calendar says how many people have come through the pipeline. Today it was 4. I just set this up as a dummy account for you guys to be able to train you. You can upload your photo. Make sure your photo is up and down. Not landscape mode. We can't be looking at you sideways. This is another link to your capture pages. This is a link to set up your signature for your email, because you can send out broadcasts to all your leads. I recommend everybody sending out a broadcast today if you have leads in your system saying, hey, we got a huge promotion and you need to check out what's going on. I will send you an email with the copy or with the words to use so that you don't try to mess it up. But let's finalize this by looking at your contacts or your leads. When leads come into the system, it's going to give you their name, information, the date they've been added, and it's going to give them a score. Now the score is calculated by a number of things. It's going to give their email, phone number, and you're going to have options over here. You can look at the contact's information. You can email the contact. You can view the stats. You can look at their score. You can set appointments with the contact. And then you transfer contacts. You can do that to people in your downline. That's what you want to do. But the main thing I want you to look at is your score, okay? Because this tells you the story of the prospect, okay? This tells you what pages they viewed. It tells you if they looked at the complete video. It's going to tell you, if they watched to the end of the video and clicked the link at the end of the video. So then when you follow up with them, if they're lying if they say that they looked at the full video. So that's the focus marketing system in a nutshell, you guys. You want to be using this. You want to be getting people in front of your page as much as possible. Your page is going to be www.timetofocus.com/your username. Whatever your username is for Bodyworth and JMG Net Worth, that's the username you want to set up for your Time to Focus system. And understand, when you're taking people through the process, when they click on the link to sign up, they're going to come to a page that looks like this. This video walks them through how to sign up. You want to understand, if you're not going to look at that video, you want to know that video yourself. So that when I tell people to use the same information for the focus marketing system as they did for JMG Net Worth, you know, you don't want them to mess up on that. You know, so boom, you click on Join JMG Net Worth, it takes you to your JMG Net Worth page. When it says sign up for the market, you know, get focused, get your focus marketing system, it takes you to the page to sign up for the focus marketing system. Use all the same information you used for the other page. And remember, when you click this Get Started with JMG Net Worth page, it's going to open up a new tab. Okay? It's going to open up a new tab where this page is still always going to be here. But when you click on the Get Focus, it's going to open right there in that window because that's the last process that you want to complete. So in closing, you guys, and I made a mistake, so I'm going to, as I said, corporate sending out a big video by Mr. Jones a little bit later. So I want to make sure I spelled it wrong. There we go. I just want to make sure I did everything the correct way. Alright, so I want to go through a little bit more information, you guys. We're about to end training, and I want to end it on a note so that you understand some serious things about life. You know, this is very important. There's 24 hours in a day. There's 7 days in a week. That makes 168 hours in a week that you pay bills. Now, you may think just because you pay them once a month that you're not charged 168 hours, but they're charging you 168 hours for you to utilize that service. That's rent, mortgage, electricity, car note, insurance, you know, credit cards, school loans, etc. This is your outcome. This is your outcome. Most people work 40 to 60 hours a week. This is your income. This is your income, okay? Well, if you take 40 to 60 hours, that's less than 168 hours. So do you see that you're in the negative 100 hours or more every single week? So in order to at least break even, you must have your income match your outcome. You must be able to get paid 168 hours a week. Your debts are charged 168 hours a week. So now, if you own a service, you now get paid 168 hours a week, like My Financial Worth. You must now multiply your time, for example, by 3. 3 times 168 hours a week, You just leverage yourself by 504 hours in a week. When you go a second level, 9 times 168 hours a week, you just leverage yourself by another 1,512 hours a week. This is now your income. You now have more coming in than going out. So let's talk about the penny that doubles. I like to call it the my financial worth that doubles because I just imagine placing my financial worth in the same position. But in this real life example, you're given the choice between plan A and plan B. Plan A, you're hired by a big corporation with great benefits for the next 30 days. You agree to work for this company for $1,000 a day. Plan B, this company will allow you to work for only a penny the first day and with no benefits or base salary. Man, a penny? I can make more than that going to a fountain, right? Each day forward, your salary will double from the previous day's amount. I want you to think mentally. Would you take plan A or plan B? Well, let's take a look at it. So day one, you make $1,000. You got a cool G in your pocket, right? But on plan B side, on the plan B side, you're making a penny. Day two, another G. You $2,000 in the bank. Plan B, 2 cents. You got 3 cents total. You can't even buy a piece of candy. You know, so as this process continues to duplicate itself, 10 days in, you got 10 G's in the bank. Man, this is the best job ever. Plan B is just doubling. $5.12. You now got $10.23. You might be able to go get something to eat at McDonald's. So as the days continue to push on, right? You're just getting $1,000 a day. $1,000 a day. But on that 18th day, something happens. You got paid $1,000 for that day on plan A, and you have a total of $18,000 in the bank. But in plan B, that penny just kept doubling, kept doubling, kept doubling, exponential growth, kept doubling, kept doubling, kept spreading like a virus. Somebody told somebody else. Somebody told somebody else. People started getting their 3 people. It just kept doubling. And now, on day 18, you made $1,310.72. You're now only at a total of $2,621, but now the daily effort is at a match. See, it's the same thing in this business. In the beginning, you may seem like you're being overworked and underpaid, just like a job. But eventually, you're going to start getting paid what you're worth. And then, guess where you go from getting paid what you're worth? On the 19th day, that penny doubles again. On the 20th day, that penny doubles again. On that 21st day, it doubles again. And on that 22nd day, you got paid with plan A, that same $1,000 that you agreed to. You got $22,000 in the bank. You cannot be upset with that. But for the person who saw the vision, the person who took the penny that doubles, they made $20,000 in that one day. In that one day. For a total of now $41,943.03. And you already know the next 10 days is just monster. It's just bananas. It's just bananas. It's just sickening to your stomach. If you chose plan A, you just want to kick yourself and slap yourself at the same time. It's just wow. But what I want you to see, for working for plan A for 30 days, you're paid $30,000. The income is steady. It's secure and playing it safe. It's what everybody else is doing. And for working plan B for 30 days, you make $10,737,418. Do you want to be safe like everybody else? Or do you want to freaking get paid? That's the question I have for you this Saturday morning or whatever day that you're looking at this training. Do you want to be safe like everybody else, or do you want to get paid? Because here's what step one and not step two, but just step one can look like 8 weeks later, right? Today's March 8th. I believe March 8th. I might be wrong, but today's Saturday. If we get off this call, and as I said earlier, make that list of 10 people, and we set those appointments, and we get your 3 people today. And then tomorrow, we help them do the same thing. And then Monday, we help them do the same thing. And then on Tuesday, we help them do the same thing. And Wednesday, we just help everybody get 3 people in their first 24 hours. And on the 14th, on Friday, March 14th, when this promotion ends, when you look up, and you're going to understand that you are $5,239 a month richer. Residual income coming month after month after month after month. That's $62,868 a year. This income is going to keep coming, you guys. It's going to keep coming until Jesus comes back. I mean, the residual income is powerful. So I want you to be a part of history, you guys. We want to create 100 millionaires. We are going to create 100 millionaires. How soon do you want to become one of the first? The next 120 days can completely change your life forever. 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 But it's up to you if you want to be a part of it. So you guys, that's all the training I got for you today. I want to help you win, but you got to be willing to audit your schedule. You have to be willing to destroy the current schedule you got right now and make a new one. A new one that's rooted with success as its priority. Your business should not be an inconvenience to your life. Your life should be an inconvenience to your $1 million business. It's your time. And I want you to say that with me. You may be looking at a computer screen and nobody can hear you, or people might be able to hear you, but I want you to be able to say it right now. It's my time. It's my time. It's my time. And then go out there with the conviction that you really want more tomorrow than what you have today. And let's make today the biggest day in JMG Net Worth history. Let's make today the first day of the rest of your life and change your life starting with today, and go change 3 other people's lives by getting them in this business. You could do it. I got your back. I'll see you at the top, and I'll see you at the bank.